So, my favorite part of being a virtual teacher is our live lessons. For me, I teach a live lesson twice a week. I have one for GT literature and one for English language arts for eighth grade. This is my absolute favorite time of the week when I can have my students all together when we are learning and doing. I have about 56 to 70 students attend each week for lessons, and we always begin our day with going through housekeeping. This is just a reminder of how we behave in the virtual environment in the classroom, that we're respectful and kind to each other, and we always use kind words and are encouraging. I would really say that my students truly follow that. The ones that are attending live lessons, they're there to encourage each other, they're there to learn, and they're motivated to be on task. We always start our class day with Bellwork so we can gauge knowledge. They know and they have confidence that this is a safe space where they can put their answers into the question pod and know that other students are not going to see their answers, but we're going to review them before we go on to the lesson just so they can say, hey, I was right, or maybe I need to work on that. And that is definitely something that we also work on in class is reflection with each other. So after we have our bell work and we go into the lesson, students are always encouraged to participate. I'm continually asking questions following Bloom's taxonomy, trying to engage them at the different levels of questioning to make sure they're understanding, because I want to reach all my learners, whether they're on tier one, tier two, or tier three. I want to make sure that everybody's being reached in my environment. So we use a chat pod in our classroom so that students can engage with the teacher, they can answer questions. We also have, not emojis, but they're little symbols that they can click for raising their hand if they understand. They can also click if they need me to slow down, which sometimes they do need that, and that's fine because everybody's learning at a different pace. I would say that my students are very understanding of each other and very encouraging. Never do I see them give a negative word to each other or show impatience if someone is not understanding. And they are more than willing for me to go back and reteach a concept within the lesson so that everybody understands and they are right along with each other. We also do a lot of interactive work with each other. For example, I might be teaching essay writing and we're working on MLA format. So in our environment, I can break the students out into different breakout rooms that I'm able to observe. And I might give them a document that is written poorly and not using MLA format. And together in these small groups that are tiered, the students are able to work together and say, hey, you know what? There needs to be double spacing here. It's missing a header, it's missing a heading, and they work really well together. And they seem to learn a lot that way. At the end of class, we always have a reflection period. What did you think about this lesson? How can I improve? What did you learn? What did you think was great? We call that rose and thorn and stem whenever we're doing that in class. And I really encourage the kids to be honest. No one can see who's answering. They can see each other's answers, but they don't know which student answered. I also make sure to have a pod in my live lesson room where students can put questions anonymously. They may be too shy to put it in the chat pod, and that's totally okay. So I have a separate pod at the bottom of the room where they can put in questions that they may not be comfortable asking in the general chat, and then I can help students with those questions either after class or during the lesson. When they come into my live lesson room, it is always set up the same way. And most departments, I'm in the English department, we have our classroom set up the same way in the live lesson room. We have our share pod where we may be sharing our screen or the lesson for the day. We have our webcam because we show our students our faces so that they can get to have a personal connection with us. And then we have our chat pods. And then at the bottom, we have our bell work and our exit ticket. We do encourage our students to always participate in the bell work and the exit ticket. We let them know that it is not punitive if they get the answer incorrect. It is just for us to know where they are in their learning. I really love doing the live lessons, and even more than doing the group live lessons, I love the individual live lessons where the students know they can come to me for a safe area where they are able to really explore the lessons, ask questions, and get one-to-one tutoring time in that virtual learning environment.